hyperinflation and inflation. So right now we're in inflation, but we're at another level of inflation, and in my opinion, soon to be hyperinflation. All assets, gold, silver, land, anything that's an asset that holds value to it, even foods, that kind of stuff, water access, all that stuff becomes valuable. I mean, it has a value to it right now, but all of it becomes more valuable according to the fiat currency, because as a currency deflates and just becomes worth less and less and less, soon to be worthless, everything else holds so much more value according to that than it did. So while every poor and middle class lose their wealth, I mean, or spending power they once had, I mean, that's if they're big time in their IRAs, 401ks, relying on their pension or waiting for their pension. They got savings accounts. They got other products in the stock market, that kind of stuff. While this money, they call it, this currency, goes to nothing, no purchasing power whatsoever, they lose everything they have. They lose all their spending power. So all of their past labor, that kind of stuff that it took them to accumulate this, to get it, to grow their wealth, to grow whatever they soon had, it goes away. It's just, they have no power whatsoever. Think about the Weimar Republic, and then think about Zimbabwe. Look into that, what happened. Just think about those people that had all that wealth, we call that, in those currencies, or in those assets of currencies that we call it, if they want to call it stocks assets, for all those stocks or all those money-based, currency-based assets, which are not assets at all, but items, we'll call them. If they hold all their wealth in there, well, if it goes to nothing, well, 0 times whatever is still 0, and that's what's going to happen. So my whole thing is the Great Reset is upon us. It is being implemented, whether you see it or not. Slowly but surely it is. Look up ESG. Look at all this other stuff they're doing. Look at what they're doing to the farmers. Look at what Canada did to the truck drivers. I mean, just look at what they're doing with the gas and the pushing of these EVs and the limitations they're putting on. Some of the gas vehicles, I believe California wants to stop the sale of gas-powered vehicles by, jeepers, is it 2035 or something like that? And so you have to get out of this, or as much as you can, and protect yourself. And I don't care what you're protecting yourself with, as long as you're protecting yourself. Whether that is, I say gold and silver a lot, land, it's, if you have enough to get even further out, to buy extra land, to buy other things, or spend money on not going to college, in my opinion, but on educating yourself, so you have the skills you need for barter, for trade, that kind of stuff. Because what's going to happen is if all your wealth that you once had, all your spending power you once had, goes to nothing, you have no more options, especially if you're living in a society where you own nothing. Then it's going to make it so much worse because you own nothing. You have nothing to barter with. All you have to do is put your hands out and beg and plead for handouts, and that's what's going to happen. So this was just a quick video. This is just what I want to get across. People to think about. So if you like this, like, share, subscribe. I thank you for watching. And as always, stay vigilant with yourself, with your family, your health, and protect your wealth.